The Indiana Fever faced off against the Chicago Sky in a blowout victory.
And going in on the Chicago Sky.
They're not going to be pushed around anymore. Even in the midst of all the talk yesterday, you have a Sophie Cunningham, you have a Natasha Howard, and you have a DeWanna Bonner. There's a level of credibility. There's a level of toughness.
Caitlin Clark, in the post-game interview, she made it a point to say, this is not please don't blow this out of proportion.
The entire WNBa felt like it hit pause this weekend. The Indiana Fever had just locked in a statement win, but then DeWanna Bonner stepped to the mic, figuratively, and torched the timeline as she puts Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky in their place.
She currently funked herself with Charlotte Webb after she shared a post last night of pretty much somebody congratulating her and going in on the Chicago Sky.
Right there in the thick of it, Angel Reese catching strays and side-eyes while Caitlin Clark soaked it all in with her signature calm. Bonner wasn't pulling punches. She served the sass, stirred the tea, and then poured it all over the court with the kind of precision that only a vet with receipts can deliver. If you're rocking with the Fever, comment DB and CC down below. Let's go.
Angel Reese, part 32. Let's get it. This ain't LeBron. This is butter pecan. Burn! They want to put her at point forward this season. They want her making plays because she a playmaker. Burn! Said Angel Reese hit a buzzer beater. You got to check this out. 3, 2, 1. Burn! Who cares they lost by 35 points? At least she got her 17 rebounds. Hey, Ma, you got a receipt for this Barbie? I think this one's broken. Send it back.
What started as a routine postgame turned into an all-out roast-a-thon. And no, the Fever's win wasn't the climax. It was the trailer. The real feature? Bonner putting Reese in the Sky on blast in real time. This wasn't just sports. It was reality TV meets ESPN, and the reruns are going to hit different.
They make it a hate thing. They make it a hate train. It's like, no. I'm telling you, if I was the coach or the owner, we forfeit in every game. Either we forfeit and Angel will not be in attendance.
Angel Reese fans is calling race, they're sparking a race war on Twitter right now, and it's starting to get national attention. They're attacking white fans, black fans.
From the very first whistle, you could feel the voltage in the building. The air was thick with expectation, and the Fever came out like they were tired of everyone's doubts. Quick, aggressive, and surgical.
For good position.
Clark pulls deep one left wing.
Caitlin Clark is her. Natasha Howard able to lay it in. To Boston, her jumper is good.
I think we have a group that's much like the Pacers. We've got a lot of great balance.
Still on the bounce. 3 seconds to go in the half. Caitlin, left wing, off balance, 3. Got it!
Caitlin connects ahead of the halftime buzzer. She is 1 of 1.
Every touch of the ball was a statement, and Caitlin Clark? She didn't just run the offense, she composed a symphony. But the biggest twist of the night? Indiana didn't just match the Sky, they dictated everything. And DeWanna Bonner? She looked like she'd circled this game on her calendar, highlighted it, and scribbled "Revenge" in all caps.
DeWanna Bonner, man, Indiana Fever on became the 3rd all-time WNBa leading scorer in history.
Caitlin Clark looks like she's going to be the MVP of the league. Angel Reese made a fool out of herself, and we won by 100, and I won. So we're back in the good mode, back in the winning. Yesterday was tough for the Celtics, but we're back, baby, and it all starts with who? CC, 22, Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese came in with her usual attitude. Big talk, big gestures, but this time she ran into a different kind of fire. Not loud, not flashy, just ice-cold execution. Indiana smothered her like a bad rumor. She got her double-double, sure, but it felt like a stat for the box score, not the story. This game belonged to the Fever, and the mood shift was obvious. Bonner and Clark didn't just show up, they owned the place. And every move they made told Angel and the Sky, this isn't your house.
She had as much passion for basketball as she did for her hate for Caitlin Clark. Gonna get up, scream in her face. You should be thanking her because you would have missed another wide open layup. They say, but don't lie. Oh, she gonna cry. Wah, wah. 35% from the field.
Trash!
She had 5 turnovers.
Trash!
There are living human beings that breathe, that enjoy this kind of basketball. To the psych ward you go!
Burn!
It's like driving by a car wreck. I can't help myself. I can't stop watching!
As the game wore on, The attention didn't stick to Reese because she was shining. It stuck to her because she was folding. Her usual confidence? Cracked. Every clunky drive, every missed opportunity, it all chipped away at the facade. The fans noticed, her team noticed, and you better believe Bonner noticed. And she didn't just feed off it, she made it her fuel.
Much like Donnie Carr, Angel Reese relies on the dramatics to generate attention. Because just like Donnie, she can't maintain attention based on skill. And the attention-seeking behavior, it started immediately yesterday as Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado decided that they were going to disrespect the country by refusing to come out for the national anthem. She immediately loses her temper. She could not believe Caitlin Clark stole her moment. Angel Reese gets off the ground very slowly, because everyone seems to be moving in slow motion in the WNBa.
The Angel Reese fan base is full of toxicity right now because they is extremely embarrassed that Angel Reese came to Indiana and laid a goose egg.
It stopped being a game and turned into a message board. And the highlight? Bonner snatching the ball out from under Reese like she was picking pockets in Times Square. She coasted in for the layup, but didn't crack a smile. No celebration, just a stare, straight through Reese like glass. Cold, clinical, legendary. And then came the post-game post, casually flexing her performance while tossing a little digital shade at Reese and crew. The timeline didn't just react, it detonated.
Bonner, who knocks it away. Cookies, TV, open court, right side, and she lays it in.
Reese, left picking up the emotional pieces, wasn't even holding the narrative anymore. The spotlight had swiveled away from her stats and locked onto Bonner's message. This wasn't a win. It was a declaration. A veteran just took center stage and claimed her territory in bold ink.
One more free throw for Bonner. It's in the air, and it's good. DeWanna Bonner now third in WNBa history in scoring. 7,489 points and counting. Lord, and here's the ovation for Bonner.
Reese strutted into the arena like she owned the storyline. But from the opening minutes, it was obvious. This was going to be a pressure cooker. Every touch she got came with bodies. Every dribble came with traps. Indiana's crowd? Ruthless? Bonner? Even worse. There was no daylight, no rhythm, just relentless intensity, like the Fever had a personal vendetta against her highlight reel.
You know, DB is somebody that, is a Hall of Famer, like a legend, not only a good basketball player, a great person, a great leader. The strongest voice in our locker room is hers, and it's fun to have been around here now for about a month just to get to learn from her and soak it in, and I'm really happy she got to do it at the free throw line and all the fans could go crazy and cheer for her because she certainly deserved that moment, and it was really awesome to see and be a part of.
Bonner didn't just play defense. She orchestrated a shutdown. And Clark? She was the steady hand, orchestrating plays while the Sky scrambled to figure out what decade they were in. What looked like a game on paper turned into a masterclass in dominance and precision. Angel Reese tried to battle back, grabbing boards, diving for scraps, clawing at momentum like a contestant on a rigged game show. But something was clearly off. The usual confidence in her movements, that loud, proud energy she brings to the floor, it looked deflated. Her steps weren't commanding. They were searching. The Fever's game plan was like a heat-seeking missile, and Reese was the target. And Bonner? Oh, she didn't need to yell. She just moved like a queen in a chess match, locking eyes with Reese after every bucket, every stop, every humiliation. Her message was silent, but deafening. You're not ready.
So this is the post. I'm going to have to put allegedly on there because DeWanna Bonner deleted it. But allegedly, this is the post DeWanna Bonner put on X. And it stated, congrats, DeWanna Bonner. Chicago needs to get it together. People's kind of pointing fingers at DeWanna Bonner like, you know what? You shouldn't have shared that. She shouldn't have. She can share what she wanted to share. Now, I believe she later deleted this post. But Man, watch this, bro. Watch this. Let's head on over to X, dog.
Then came the viral spark that lit up the internet like a halftime fireworks show gone rogue. Bonner reposted a congrats message. Simple, sweet, until fans noticed the subtext, the very intentional shade hiding in plain sight. It wasn't just celebration. It was a precision strike at the sky and their golden child. In under an hour, the post had dissect threads longer than most college essays. People were zooming in on punctuation, emoji placements, even font choices, trying to decode how much salt was layered into the digital dagger. Angel wasn't just facing defeat. She was drowning in a sea of memes, commentary, and "she's not that girl" tweets.
And DeWanna Bonner represents the old guard, if you will. Not that she's acted like the old guard or in any of the stereotypical ways that the old guard has been portrayed, but just because she is and has been a fixture of the WNBa, to the point where she became the third all-time leading scorer, obviously, in that game. And Bonner chose to go to the Fever, which surprised some folks, but shows you more so that it was a basketball-related decision. She knows it's a chance to win another championship. She knows it's a chance to, be a part of a great collective and group, a moment in time, a moment of support, and she expressed how much she was grateful.
Suddenly, none of it was about points or rebounds or plus-minus ratings. It was about narrative control. And DeWanna Bonner? She owned the plot. Reese, once the face of swag and defiance, was suddenly the background character in someone else's feature, standing in the wrong light, looking more confused than confident.
These people don't like anybody associated with Clark. Just ignore them. The people that they refer to is none other than the Angel Reese fan base, man. The Angel Reese fan base is full of toxicity right now because they is extremely embarrassed that Angel Reese came to Indiana and laid a goose egg. Now, granted, she did get a double-double, but a goose egg is a goose egg. And I'm telling you right now, she laid the biggest goose egg on national television.
Meanwhile, at the center of the storm, doing absolutely nothing to stir it, was Caitlin Clark. No antics, no side glances, no fake tough guy moments, just surgical basketball. She ran the floor like a general, calling out screens, firing dimes, and dropping logo threes like she was printing receipts. While Reese was stuck in emotional quicksand, Clark was writing poetry in motion. Her game wasn't loud, it was lethal. The way she sees plays before they happen, that's not luck. That's legacy in the making.
Well, the regular season is here, and we have no more time for flirting, folks. We have no more time. It's time to get serious about our business. And Caitlin Clark handled her business game one. 20, 10, and 10. 20, 10, and 10. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, what did the kids say? Belt to ass. Oh yeah. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Indiana Fever destroy, obliterate, run out of the gym the Chicago Sky. 93-58.
And then, boom, history. Caitlin Clark did what no one else has done. The first triple-double in a WNBa season opener. 20 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. No chest thumping, no look at me gestures. Just cold-blooded numbers delivered with CEO-level composure. The crowd didn't cheer, they roared. And Bonner, who'd been delivering her own vintage performance, gracefully stepped back and let the sophomore superstar also have her spotlight. That's called respecting the moment.
The Indiana Fever just played their first game against the Chicago Sky, and folks, it was not close. It was not close. I remember my timeline being flooded with people saying it was going to be a good dogfight. It was going to be a close game. It was going to come down to the wire. It was going to be a great one. No, it wasn't. It was a 40-point blowout. And it was a great game on one side. On the other side, it was a little questionable. But we got to see Caitlin Clark in full force We got to see the new and improved Caitlin Clark. I can't wait to break down the film in this video for you guys, man. She looked amazing. She had a triple-double, a 20-point triple-double. She shot it nearly 50% from the field. She shot it 50% from the three, y'all. She had 4 blocks. The defense was there. The defense was there. The playmaking was there. The rebounding was there. Everything was there. She looked like the best player in the WNBa.
But the part that made headlines wasn't just the stats. It was what Caitlin did, or didn't do, when Angel tried to shift the vibe. Late in the game, Reese hit the floor after a hard foul from Clark and came up ready for a round 2. You could practically see the steam. But Clark? She didn't flinch, didn't feed the fire. She turned, walked away, and gave the moment exactly what it deserved. Nothing. That silence? That was dominance.
Angel Reese gets up, Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her, Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. Hey man, this was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed. Look at her, she was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out. What's going on?
She knew what had just happened. Knew the sky had been dissected. Knew ESPN was already prepping the highlight reel and the takes. But she stayed quiet. Why? Because when you've got the scoreboard and the stat line, you don't need to shout. In a league where every post, play, and pout goes viral, sometimes the most savage thing you can do is nothing.
I thought Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were cool. But I don't know, man. The way Angel got up, she was like, Look at her. Ooh. I mean, she was getting after it, fam. Oh my goodness. Now, the funny thing was Caitlin Clark sniffing, walking away. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good angle. Oh yeah, look. watch Caitlin Clark's face right here. Watch this.
And let's not forget, DeWanna Bonner made history too. She showed the league she's still elite and not here for mentorship cameos or token vet minutes. She didn't just hoop, she sent a message. Clark made headlines. Bonner made a point. Reese? She walked away with a wake-up call, wrapped in a loss, and delivered by 2 women who had nothing to prove, and still did.
There it is! A triple!
This wasn't just a game. It was a layered, cinematic takedown. A duel of generations, of composure versus chaos. And if tonight told us anything, it's that this new WNBA era isn't coming. It's already here, and it brought fireworks. If you're rocking with the fever, comment DB and CC down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.